Imagine if a motor is made that is so powerful that it shakes the foundation of the entire EV and hybrid industry. Yes, here we are talking about new motor technology of BYD, which has already given sleepless nights to the world's big auto brands. This motor is not only powerful but is so smart and advanced that people are forced to think, will it prove to be the biggest threat to companies like Tesla in the coming years? Such things are coming to light about its energy delivery, efficiency, and long-term performance that have never been seen before. And this is the suspense. Is it really a gimmicker or just another marketing trick? But the real twist is that the secret technology hidden in this motor can change the entire way of driving cars in the future. In this video, we will reveal this secret to you and show you why motor-off BYD technology is so special and how it can change the whole world. So stay tuned till the end, because the information you are going to hear here can change your way of thinking. Before moving ahead in the video, subscribe to the channel so that you can be the first to see such amazing videos. Before knowing about new motor technology of BYD, let's understand a little background about who this company is and how it became so big. See, every big company has a story, and the story of BYD is no less than a film. It started in China, and that too, not as a big car company, but as a small battery manufacturing company. Yes, you heard it right. BYD was actually born from batteries. Initially, this company used to make batteries for mobile phones and electronic devices. But gradually it understood that the coming time would not be only of batteries, but of battery-operated vehicles. And from here, this company took a step that completely changed its fate. When BYD was founded in 1995, no one would have thought that this company would become one of the largest auto companies in the world in the next 25 to 30 years. Initially, it was known for making cheap and reliable batteries. But then in 2003, BYD dreamed of a new dream, to make cars. People were surprised what a battery company would do in the car industry. But BYD proved that if you have vision and technology, you can revolutionize any industry. Slowly, BYD started making cars and first launched vehicles running on petrol and diesel. But soon they realized that the world was changing rapidly. Oil prices were rising, pollution was increasing, and people wanted something new. That's when BYD played its real trump card, hybrid and electric cars. At first, people thought that this was just an experiment. But gradually, BYD showed that they have entered the EV race with full force and not half-heartedly. Today, vehicles of BYD are not limited to China only. This company is selling its vehicles in Europe, America, Asia, and almost every major market. And the most important thing, BYD not only made electric cars, but also showed the world that EVs can be made at a low cost. This is the reason why even big companies like Tesla have become tensed because of BYD. Imagine where Tesla sells its cars at a high price. BYD started giving the same great quality and technology at a low price. This is the reason that today dominance of BYD in the EV market has become so strong that it has left Tesla behind in many countries. The most special thing about growth story of BYD is that it started with batteries, and today it has changed the entire car industry. It has its own battery technology, motor technology, and its own production plants. That is, this company does not depend on anyone else. It makes everything itself. This is its biggest strength. And if we talk about today, BYD is not only number one in EVs, but it also dominates hybrid cars. Its DMI hybrid technology has created a stir in the market. Due to this technology, vehicles run on petrol as well as battery. That is, users always have a backup. New motor technology revealed. Now, let's talk about the part which everyone is waiting for. The unveiling of new motor technology of BYD. See, nowadays every company is bringing its own technology in EV and hybrid vehicles. But new motor of BYD is completely different from everyone else. And this is the reason why the auto industry around the world is eyeing it. So what is so special in it? The biggest thing is that new motor-off BYD and battery setup works on 1000 volts. Now, you must be wondering why this voltage is so special. So, in simple terms, the higher the voltage, the more power, and the lesser the energy loss. This means that the car will get more power, the battery will heat up less, and the performance of the car will be better than ever. If you want to understand this in everyday life, then think that just like a small pipe sends water slowly and a large pipe moves the same water very fast. In the same way, A 100-volt system gives more power to the motor and does not let the energy get wasted. The new BYD motor is so powerful that as soon as you press the accelerator, the car will pick up speed in an instant. Even in picking up speed on the highway, this motor is far ahead of other companies. You will not find the lagging or slowness that is often seen in old electric vehicles. The biggest strength of EVs is their instant torque, which means the car pulls immediately. The torque in this BYD motor is so smooth and balanced that you will enjoy driving twice as much. Whether you have to drive slowly in city traffic or pick up speed on the open road, this motor gives top-class results in performance everywhere. The motor heats up less because it runs on 100 volts. And when the heat is less, both the battery and the motor will run for a longer time without any problem. This simply means that the range of your car will also increase, and there will be no tension of charging it again and again. Imagine if a car used to run 400,500 kilometers through earlier. Now the same car can easily run more than 600,700 kilometers, and all this without overloading the battery. Apart from this, BYD has also made the cooling system in this motor more advanced. This means that both the motor and the battery remain relaxed even after driving for a long time. This is the reason that even during long drives on the highway, the car runs smoothly and the problem of overheating is almost eliminated. Another special thing is that BYD has made this motor compact and lightweight. This means that the total weight of the car will also be less, and the power-to-weight ratio will also improve. The advantage of this is that the car will run faster and more efficiently. The rest of the companies in the world are still working on 400,800-volt systems, while BYD has directly reached the level of 1,000 volts. This is what makes it again. Companies like Tesla are also preparing to reach this level, but BYD has already won the ground. It is clear that new motor of BYD is not just a technology, but a challenge for the entire EV industry. Its power, torque, and efficiency are such that in the coming time, other companies will be forced to bring similar motor technology, new material technology. Now, just imagine if a motor is made light, small, and powerful. Then how fun will driving be? This is what new material technology of BYD has done. Although every company adopts different methods in making motors, but BYD has made some such changes here that make it different from all others. The first thing is the use of better magnets. Now, understand the difference between ordinary magnets and these high-performance magnets. Just like a normal magnet catches something on the refrigerator in your house, these also do the same work. But magnets of BYD are much more powerful and durable. These increase the power output of the motor and reduce energy loss significantly. That means more power is obtained by spending less electricity. After this comes the matter of thin steel sheets. Thick sheets are used in normal motors, which makes the motor heavy and there is more energy loss in it. But BYD has used ultra-thin steel sheets. The advantage of this is that the motor has become lighter and the flow of electricity inside has become more smooth. A lighter motor means that the weight of the entire vehicle will be less, and both the performance and mileage of the vehicle will be better. Understand it like if a person runs with a light bag, he will run faster. Whereas if he runs with a heavy bag, he will get tired quickly. Now comes the most important thing: advanced cooling system. Often the biggest problem with the motor and battery is overheating. After a long drive, or when more power is consumed, the motor overheats, and this affects the performance. But BYD has installed a cooling system in this motor that continuously removes heat. The advantage of this is that the motor can run at high power for a long time and still does not overheat. The combination of these three things, better magnets, thinner sheets, and advanced cooling, has made motor lighter of BYD smaller and more powerful than ever before. And when the motor is lighter, the vehicle's control will also be better, pickup will be smoother, and driving fun will be at a completely different level. The second big thing is that this technology has given BYD a different identity in the market. Where other companies are still stuck to the old design and material, BYD has completely redesigned the motor. This is the reason why its vehicles give great performance even at a low price. Just think, if the motor has become smaller, it also means that more space is saved in the design of the vehicle. That means companies can now keep the battery bigger, or more space can be given to the users inside the vehicle. And this is the thing that will make BYD vehicles even more popular in the coming times. energy efficiency, and battery connection. Now, let's talk about the thing that everyone wants the most: energy efficiency and battery power. Because no matter how powerful the vehicle is, if the battery runs out quickly, the fun is ruined. This is where BYD has played its real masterstroke. It has combined its famous Blade battery with new motor technology. Now imagine when the world's safest and most reliable battery and the most advanced motor work together. What will be the result? The specialty of the Blade battery is that it has a very slim design, but it has more energy storage. That is, it does not take up much space in the vehicle and also gives excellent backup. When this battery was connected to a 100-volt motor, the performance increased manifold. Now the vehicle can cover more distance than ever on a single charge. If earlier people's biggest concern about EVs was what is the range, then BYD has answered this question. Imagine if earlier you used to get a range of 400,500 kilometers. Now the same car can go more than 600 to 700 kilometers, and not only this, the charging time has also reduced. The specialty of Blade battery is that it gets charged quickly with a high-voltage motor, meaning you will not have to wait for hours at the charging station. Now, let's come to the amazing performance. Not only the range, the fun of driving has also completely changed with this motor-battery combination. When you press the accelerator, the car immediately pulls smoothly. No jerk, no slow response, just power delivery in a flow. The car remains very stable, even at high speeds. The reason for this is the high torque of the motor and the constant support of the battery. In the case of EVs, people often complain that either the car is very fast, but the battery runs out quickly, or the battery's good, but the car lacks speed and fun. But BYD has struck a perfect balance between the two. The combination of this motor and battery makes the vehicle so powerful that it remains controlled and reliable even at high speeds. Now, if we talk about hybrid cars, this technology works wonders there too. DMI hybrid technology of BYD has already become a hit in the market. When this motor is installed in it, the vehicle gives excellent performance on both petrol and battery. That means you don't have to worry about range, and there is no lack in performance either. Talking about the driving experience, this combination makes the vehicle very smooth. Whether you are driving slowly in the city traffic or at a speed of 120-150 on the highway, this vehicle feels very fluid everywhere. And since both the motor and the battery are highly efficient, there is no problem of overheating, sudden power loss, or frequent charging. Another big feature is low-cost operation. When the motor and battery are more efficient, the cost of running the vehicle also reduces. That is, you can travel more distance on a single charge or fuel, and the cost is also less. This is the reason why customers consider it more practical and pocket-friendly. Impact on global market. Now let's come to the part where the real game begins. Impact on global market. Because if a technology becomes a hit in just one country, it doesn't make much difference. But if the same technology explodes in the world market, then understand that the game has changed. And new motor technology of BYD is doing exactly that. First of all, let's talk about America. America has always been considered the stronghold of Tesla. The EV industry there almost revolves around Tesla. But now BYD has slowly started entering there. Imagine in the country where Tesla was considered the king of EV, now BYD is launching cheaper and more efficient cars. The biggest attraction for American customers is low price and more range. And when vehicles of BYD with 100-volt motor and Blade battery will be seen on the roads of America, the pressure on Tesla is sure to increase. Its direct effect will be that Tesla will also be forced to reduce its prices and bring new technology quickly. That is, BYD is forcing the EV policies in America to change. Now let's talk about Europe. Europe has always been at the forefront of clean energy and sustainability. The governments there have made strict policies regarding EV. For example, diesel cars have been banned in many cities, and petrol vehicles are also being gradually removed. In such a situation, the biggest question for the European market is where will cheap and long-range EVs come from? BYD has captured this niche. BYD vehicles not only support clean energy, but also fit perfectly according to European policies. And when people there see that a car is covering more distance in less charge, and the price is also pocket-friendly, then BYD becomes the best option for them. This is the reason why BYD is rapidly gaining its hold in the European EV market. Now let's come to Asia. China is home ground of BYD. It already has dominance there. But now, BYD is launching its vehicles in countries like India, Japan, Korea. In a country like India, where people trust cheap and fuel-efficient vehicles, combination of BYD low price plus high range plus low charging time fits perfectly. This is the reason why BYD can become a big force in the EV market of India in the coming times. In countries like Japan and Korea, where there is already a craze for hybrids and EVs, BYD is making its place there on the basis of its technology. Its impact on the global market will not be limited to companies only, but will also affect government policies. When a company like BYD is providing cheap and better EVs, then there will be pressure on the governments to speed up the process of adopting EVs, because now they will not have the excuse that EV is expensive or its range is less. For example, if people in Europe see that BYD cars are running for more than 6,700 km are also cheap, then the government will plan to ban petrol/diesel cars even sooner. Apart from this, this technology will also affect the policies of the auto industry. For example, earlier EVs were considered premium products. But now when companies like BYD are making it within the reach of common people, other companies will also be forced to reduce prices. And this is not just about the US or Europe. EV adoption will also accelerate in emerging markets like Asia, Africa, and South America. Another major impact will be on jobs and industry structure. When EVs are available at low prices, charging networks, battery production, and motor manufacturing industries will grow rapidly all over the world. This means millions of new jobs and the birth of new industries. And BYD will be at the forefront of this race, because it has everything from battery to motor in-house, smart design, and innovation. Now, just imagine a motor that looks small, is light in weight, but beats a big engine in power and performance. Is this really possible? BYD has proved this with its smart design and innovation. The biggest wonder of its motor is its compact design. That is, the size of the motor has been reduced, which also reduces the total weight of the vehicle. And when the vehicle is light, the performance automatically improves. Not only this, due to the small design, more space is also saved inside the vehicle for other things like increasing the battery or increasing the space inside the vehicle. Understand it, like if there are small but strong furniture in a house, then space will be saved and strength will also be maintained. The motor has been designed in such a way that it uses electricity with minimum wastage. Usually, the motor gets heated up after running for a long time, and there is also loss of energy in it. But new motor-off BYD has such advanced material technology and cooling system that the heat loss is greatly reduced. Its direct advantage is that the motor delivers more power, and the battery backup also lasts for a long time. That is less charging, more driving. One of the biggest concerns of EV buyers is how many years the motor and battery will run without any problem. BYD has surprised everyone in this matter too. Its motor has been designed in such a way that it does not reduce performance even after working continuously for a long time. This means that you will not have to worry about frequent repairs or replacing the motor. This is the reason why customers are considering BYD vehicles more reliable. Now let's take a look at how this smart design and innovation has created a stir in the EV industry. First of all, let's talk about Tesla. Tesla was always considered to be at the forefront of EV technology. But now motor of BYD has taken their sleep away. Tesla may have brand value and high-tech features, but the low price at which BYD is offering more efficiency and power has become the biggest headache for Tesla. This is the reason why Tesla is now having to make rapid changes in its products. Toyota's condition is also similar. Toyota has been ahead in hybrid technology for a long time, but it was not that strong in EV. Now seeing motor of BYD and battery technology, Toyota is also having to change its strategy. Otherwise, customers who used to buy Toyota's hybrid vehicles earlier can now directly turn to BYD. And not only Tesla or Toyota, but other companies of the world are also in tension. From Germany's Volkswagen to Korea's Hyundai Kia. Everyone understands that it is not easy to upgrade technology as fast as BYD has done, because BYD has both its battery and motor in-house, while other companies sometimes have to depend on other suppliers. Now the big question is this motor a game maker in the race of EV technology? The answer is yes, and probably on a very large scale. Gamicker, because it is not just a technical advancement, but also a practical solution. Earlier, people used to say about EVs that the range is less, charging time takes more, and the life of the motor is not that good. But this new motor technology of BYD has solved all three problems: more efficiency, more range, and longer life. This technology has created such a stir in the EV industry that now every company is under pressure to upgrade their motor technology. If this is not done, then BYD can single-handedly rule the EV market in the coming years. This is the reason why BYD is no longer considered just a Chinese company, but a global powerhouse. Now, if we come to the most important question, what are the benefits for the customers? See, when a common man buys a car, the first thing he thinks about is how much mileage he will get and how much will it cost. New motor technology of BYD has solved both these concerns. Earlier, the biggest problem of EV buyers was range and charging time. People used to say, "Hey brother, charging takes hours, and the car barely runs for 300,400 kilometers." But now the combination of motor of BYD and Blade battery is removing this concern. The ability to cover a longer distance on a single charge and less charging time both together give relief to the customer. That means no frequent visits to the charging station, no worries of the battery running out due to stopping on the way. Companies like Tesla often sell cars in the premium segment. But BYD has shown that great technology is not just for the rich, but can also be within the reach of common people. BYD cars are comparatively cheaper. And on top of that, the cost of charging and maintenance is also low. There is no hassle of frequent fuel filling like petrol and diesel vehicles, nor the cost of changing the engine oil in the long run. This car is much lighter on the customer's pocket. The biggest crisis in the world today is pollution and climate change. Petrol and diesel vehicles pollute the air with smoke and increase the carbon footprint on the earth. EVs are considered the future of clean energy. But people were also afraid whether EVs are really that clean. This is where motor of BYD and battery technology comes in handy. It not only reduces carbon emissions, but also uses energy in a more efficient way. That is, in a way, it fills the gap between petrol, diesel vehicles, and EVs, especially in hybrid technology. It gives the most benefit because the vehicle can run on both petrol and battery. Another advantage for customers is that they no longer have to fear the transition. Those who used to think that EV is not completely reliable right now can choose hybrid and gradually shift towards EV. This means that this technology of BYD is not only changing vehicles, but is also changing people's thinking and trust. The big question is this: will this motor of BYD end the game of companies like Tesla? Will people say in the coming years that the real king of the EV market is not Tesla but BYD? Or will giants like Tesla and Toyota find an answer to this too? This is the suspense that makes this whole story exciting. Now it is your turn. What do you think? Will BYD really shake up the entire auto industry in the coming times? Or is this just another technology that other companies will gradually adopt? Do share your opinion in the comments. And yes, before proceeding further in the video, subscribe to the channel so that you can be the first to see such amazing updates.